Welcome to the HMG Executive Leadership Spotlight. Here's our host, Hunter Muller.
Hello, and welcome to the HMG Global Leadership Institute Recognition Program. I'm here with my great friend, Joel Manfredo from Southern California. Joel, you're my top pick and nominee for Lifetime Achievement Award at HMG Strategy for 2023. Our top nominee, I think. I just love collaborating with you over the past 14 years. We've had an amazing relationship, but you have the most incredible, stellar background, being a business person first, focused in real estate, and you've done some amazing deals early on in your career that no doubt structured how you think as a business technology leader, now as an innovation and digital officer for the motion pictures, picture industry pension and health plans.
As I sit here and think about that, the award nomination, I really think it's a tribute more to the phenomenal teams that I've had the privilege of leading over the past many years. My current team, by the way, is just amazing. So let me talk a little bit about this. I was really fortunate in my career, especially early in my career, in being given very broad responsibility. This commercial real estate background gave me foundational experience in finance, development, marketing, leasing, sales, securities, and operations. And I think, as I think about this and reflect on it, I think the role of the CIO has been evolving over the years to include many of these skills. And actually, I think this may sound weird, but I'll explain a little bit. I believe that real estate and IT are surprisingly parallel. Let me give you an example. It's an argument I've used over the years in situations where people came late to the party with requirements on major projects. So in the real estate world, if someone walks into your office, you're building a building, the foundation is poured, the steel is up, and somebody walks in and says, I have an idea. I think we should put 3 more floors on top of that building. Everyone knows that's an absurd request. But if it happens, like an analogy in IT, and someone walks in late to the party with a request like that, it's often that the IT department is looked at being non-responsive. So I think it's really much more parallel than you might think on surface. I could go into more detail on some other skills, financial in particular. You know, I ran an IT service delivery business, but I think that's probably too much for this discussion.
When you think about it, Joel, what can we learn from being a great business leader, a great business CIO, business first, technology second?
For me, I've narrowed it down really to 4. Inspiration, communication, someone who is incessantly curious, and someone who can attract great talent. And I think in attracting great talent, there's the marketing and sales in selling why you should come work to me. People buy for the why.
As a CIO, you really do need to think like a CEO 2, 5, 10 years out in advance in your core markets, parallel markets, and think of new businesses, new ideas, new go-to-markets, and help that CEO manifest the current asset base, the current data, all of the things that you, CIO, knows so much about to accelerate the vision of the CEO and thinking about innovation and disruption, right?
We've replaced almost every application, all but one actually, and we started focusing on digital and innovation, and we've done some amazing things with hyper automation, and I think I remember I was talking to the CEO, and we had just pulled off an amazing feat where we from thought to production, we put in place a hyper automation tool that enabled our participants to take hardship withdrawals. From thought to production, that entailed 5 systems, automated computation in the interface. Anyway, the bottom line was over 7,500 people took advantage of that in the face of COVID and withdrew about $109 million. That whole project, from thought to production, was done in 5 weeks. So when I was talking to the CEO, what I was talking about was how fortunate we were, and I said lucky, how lucky we were that we had put all these other technologies in place, because we never would have been able to do that. And he looked at me and said, it wasn't luck. And I was like, whoa, I'll take that.
Great
So, yeah.
stuff, Joel. You know, you're great at managing up and working with the CEO and helping them innovate and manifest their vision, but you're also really solid working with boards. What is it about board communication, your board style? What can we learn from some of your best practices?
Yeah, I actually recently went back and counted how many board presentations I've done, and I'm very close to 70. So I've had a bit of experience there with a couple of different boards, and I think the number one, be prepared. You must be prepared. Number two, going back to the message. Think about the message. What message do you want to tell? How can you make it short, crisp, and clear, and then put your information together. And then most importantly, once you put that information together, look at that information and maybe even have others look at that information and help prep you about what questions are going to come up when this is presented. What will they ask? And that anticipation is really, really helpful. It's perhaps as helpful, as important, or more than the actual content you put together.
Great stuff, Joel. When you think of your work at MPI, what are some of the key decisions and key success factors and pivotal points of your success, not only at MPI, but your whole career?
I had ascended to a management position, and I had a number of people reporting to me, and most of which I hired. Well, I made the rookie mistake of hiring 5 other people exactly like me. This was horrible. There was no diversification of thought in the group. It was really shockingly inefficient. So I learned that one the hard way, and I think that over my career, I've always looked for diversification in personality types. You know, I'm an ENTJ. I don't want 4 other ENTJs working for me. We'll never get anything done. And so diversification of thought, personality, that's what makes good teams.
When you think about it, and think about giving back, your team is important, but giving back to society is important. What's giving back mean to you?
So I've been on a number of nonprofit boards over the years. The one that I've been with the longest is SIM. I've been on the board there for 15 years or so. But there's other things that I do. I've been very involved with UC Irvine. I was the board chair for the corporate committee for the engineering and computer sciences schools, and I was the founding chair of the CIO roundtable there. I've done a whole bunch of case studies for research firms. Gartner recently published an article on MPI on product governance. And then I've also done mentorship, a lot of mentorship in the UCI Executive MBA program, the Chapman MBA program. Here at MPI, I have a mentee and a Women in Leadership CIO certification program. Finally, I've done many lectures, mostly to MBA programs at USC, Pepperdine, and UCI. So those are my give back. And what I would tell you on some of those give backs, you definitely get more back than you give.
Joel, thanks for being on today's HMG Global Leadership Institute Spotlight recognition. You're my top pick for 2023 of Lifetime Achievement. So again, congratulations. Looking forward to seeing you again in person soon.
Thank you, Hunter. Great working with you.
For more information, please visit hmgstrategy.com and keep up to date by following us on our social media platforms. Thank you.